What's up, everybody? Welcome and happy Friday. You are here watching on Mastering Diabetes, and I'm the Green. My name's Corey, and this is Robbie from Mastering Diabetes. Robbie, how you doing, man?
Corey, I couldn't be doing better. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to talk to everybody, and I would like everybody joining us to let us know where they're coming from and what type of diabetes are you living with. I want you to write that in the chat box. Would love to connect with you guys. I'm coming to you from Austin, Texas. Where are you at, Corey?
I'm in Orlando, Florida. It's absolutely beautiful here. I feel so bad for the rest of the country that is experiencing a significant winter storm at the moment. I'm not going to talk about what type of weather we have here, but it's pretty good. I have nothing to complain about.
I love that, Corey. Lisa says she has type 2 diabetes. She's coming to us from New Hampshire. Okay. I should also mention I'm living with type 1 diabetes, as maybe you saw on the screen. So is our co-founder, Cyrus. Corey is a healthy individual who is not living with diabetes.
Yeah, I am fortunate enough to not be dealing with type 1 and have not, developed type 2 in my lifetime. So I think that I can just live in gratitude and be thankful. But I do also want to let you know that I care very much about the type of food that I eat. And I think ultimately, Robbie and Cyrus have really educated me on, the existence of fat in my diet and how it really doesn't really help me serve my purpose of trying to live the most healthy life possible. So I'm very aware of the fat content of much of the food that I eat on a daily basis. And I do eat a whole food plant-based diet, I would say 99.5% of the time. So thanks for that, Robbie. It's been awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you're doing what it takes to prevent diabetes, right? That's fantastic. Your mom has an incredible turnaround story, which if anybody missed, they could catch the show from last week, right?
Yep. My mom has been able to keep the doctors away. And it wasn't just an apple, right? An apple a day. It was a lot more than that. It was her just rethinking about her relationship with food and how she uses it as fuel to help keep her all levels, very, very normal, in the normal range. And, they're clinically normal. She feels better, and she really created habits and routines that work really well for her on a daily basis. And guys, that's what we're talking about. One of the things we're talking about today is actually mocktails. And if you're not familiar with what a mocktail is, it is a alcohol-free, tasty, delicious version of its alcoholic or alcohol counterpart. And so we are going into St. Paddy's Day here, and we have a special gift for you today that we want to give you. It is our mocktail guide. We call it our Mighty Mocktail Guide. We're going to tell you where to get it, and we're going to show you a little bit of what it looks like. So we're going to talk about kind of like I don't want to demonize alcohol too much, but I do want to be upfront and honest that the truth is, and I've seen this on all different type of health-based podcasts, and Dr. Andrew Huberman, very popular worldwide podcast right now, that there is zero benefit to alcohol, zero health benefit. And Robbie's holding up Mastering Diabetes. Talk to me, Robbie.
Yes, Corey. In this book, this is the Bible for any. If I'm holding the paperback here and the hardcover here, so the paperback recently came out. You can grab yourself a copy. We talk about alcohol in here, and we make it very clear. There is no reason to add alcohol to your lifestyle. Okay, this is just completely unnecessary. You are far better off without it. And these mocktails that we provide, they taste fantastic, they look fantastic, and they're actually nutritious and include compounds which can improve your metabolic health. And what better thing to do than to actually be getting healthier rather than ruining your health, Corey?
Yeah, it's true. And we're gonna show you what this guide looks like, because this is a graphic designed digital booklet that we put together for you. So our producer Beth, she's going to share the screen. We're going to show you the Mighty Mocktail Guide. If you look below, you can see the URL to go grab it. We'll put that in the chat in the comments for you as well. But this is our cover. It's the Mighty Mocktails. And I think there's, what is it, Robbie? 8 to 10?
I think so, yeah. Something like that.
So we talk a little bit more.
8 recipes.
8. There we go. Thanks, Bess. All right, so there's 8 of them. And I want to talk about some of the ingredients. One of the ingredients is right there. It's called amla green. We're going to talk about that in a second. Guys, amla green is a product that Robbie and Cyrus discovered that really gives a whole food antioxidant boost to anything that you add it to. You could add it to smoothies. You could add it to drinks. You could add it to your unsweetened iced tea. And then, of course, there's pumpkin spice. We're going to talk about how to use it in just a second. But I also want to review some of the ingredients. We're going to give you a special code, so make sure you stay. We're going to give you a code. If it's your first time hearing about amla green, we want to make sure that we give you a special code, especially as we approach St. Paddy's Day. Bess, can you show us some of the ingredients? I'll tell you what. Let's put some of the ingredients from some of these mocktails across the bottom of the screen. I'm going to look at my pantry and just kind of see if I can find them. Robbie, what you got?
I want to talk to you guys. So inside our book, right, Mastering Diabetes, you can get this anywhere books are sold, Amazon. You can get it on Audible. Cyrus and I read the audiobook. If anybody in the comments section or in listening, if you've read the book, let us know your thoughts. I mean, share your experience in the chat box for those who haven't picked up a copy. We'd love to hear your thoughts. But we have a section on page 222. It says, add medicinal plants to your breakfast. So this is the how-to section of the book, all right? And I just want to read a couple of the paragraphs where we wrote about amla, okay? So in a 2011 study published in the International Journal of Food Sciences and Nutrition, scientists investigated the effect of consuming 1, 2, or 3 grams of amla powder per day on blood glucose and cholesterol levels versus glimepiride, a commonly prescribed diabetes medication. They investigated the effect of both daily amla powder and glimepiride in subjects with and without type 2 diabetes. In comparison with baseline values, daily consumption of amla fruit powder led to a significant decrease in blood glucose values after 21 days across all subjects. All doses significantly reduced blood glucose values, and using only 1 gram of amla powder per day was just as effective as glimepiride. Both fasting and post-meal blood glucose values were significantly reduced within 3 weeks. Okay, they also observed significant decreases in total cholesterol and triglyceride values in subjects with and without type 2 diabetes, given either 2 grams per day or 3 grams per day. LDL cholesterol was reduced by more than 40% in 3 weeks. Triglycerides were also reduced by more than 45%, and HDL cholesterol increased by more than 25%. Okay? That's the power of adding medicinal plants, and that's why we're such a fan of Indian gooseberries, because of the scientific research, because of the benefits, and again, we are very clear here at Mastering Diabetes and Amla Green, and you read our blog posts, read our book, like watch what we're doing. Amla berries, Indian gooseberries, are the most antioxidant-rich whole food on the entire planet, but it's not a substitute for a healthy lifestyle. It's not a substitute for eating well. That's why we're giving you these mocktail recipes. Don't go and drink a bunch of alcohol and eat a bunch of crappy food and think, oh, I'm just going to add some amla to my, my morning tea and all of a sudden I'm going to be good. No. We're teaching you the full package here. We're adding medicinal plants like Indian gooseberries as an added benefit. And that's why people get such extraordinary results on our program, because it's evidence-based, Corey.
If you are saying to yourself right now, where can I learn about this program? You keep talking about this program. I saw that question, Bess. We'll get to that a little later. Mastering Diabetes, we are simulcasting on the Mastering Diabetes and Amla Green channels. So, Robbie, can you tell us where we can go to learn? As Bess, our producer, puts it at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah,
so it's
absolutely. So if you want to learn about the program, so here's what I want to know in the chat box. I want to know what's going on with the people here. I want to connect with you guys, okay? I want you to write in the chat box, write the letter W if any of this is true for you, okay? You would like to lose some weight, okay? You would like to lower your A1C. You would like to lower your fasting blood glucose. You would like to lower your cholesterol, your blood pressure, your triglycerides. If any of that is true, write W in the chat box, okay? If you have been diagnosed with chronic kidney disease, fatty liver disease, retinopathy, neuropathy, also write W in the chat box, okay? All right. So I'm going to read these names. All right. So
there's Ryan. They're coming up on the screen.
Ryan. Okay. We got Beauty Tips. Great to have you with us. Kimberly, Dawn, Lee Ann, Cynthia, Alyssa, Deanna, Deborah, Chris, Kim, Carolyn, Jan, Pam, Diane, Maria.
Okay.
Alistine, Pam, Paul. So Paul says, I need to lose weight. Lisa says, I'm in the coaching program. Fantastic. Paula, Elizabeth, Kate, Fran.
Kate's watching on YouTube. Hey, Kate.
Okay. Guys, what I want, if you're going to walk away from this experience today with one message, here's what I want you to understand. There is one thing you can focus on to address every single one of those conditions simultaneously, and that is insulin resistance. Okay, so this book right here, it's a New York Times bestseller, The Revolutionary Method to Reverse Insulin Resistance Permanently and we list all the types of diabetes, okay? But what you need to understand is we have a coaching program where we help you successfully implement a lifestyle that you can adopt step by step. The number one thing is most people get overwhelmed. Okay.
This is where wait, Robbie, you see what Bess is doing? She's saying, tell them where to go, dang it.
Okay.
That's where you go. I know you're going to get there, but just tell them and then go back and tell them again.
Okay. So you're going to click this button on the homepage and you're going to book a call with an enrollment specialist. It's very simple. Okay. You're going to go here. You're going to scroll down. You're going to pick a time that works for you. It's going to adjust to your time zone. You're going to book a call. But
okay.
Now that you know that, but I want you to understand what is the coaching program about? What is the purpose? The purpose is to teach you, to guide you, to hold your hand in the process of becoming more insulin sensitive so you can address everything I just listed. Okay. And that's what we do. So yeah, we call it mastering diabetes, but maybe we should be called mastering insulin resistance. But the point here is, you gotta understand. I want to know how many people in the chat box today. I want you to write C in the chat box if you've been told that you should limit your carb intake. Write C in the chat box if you've been told if you want to achieve all these goals I just listed, like losing weight, like lowering your A1C, that you should limit your carbs or avoid your carbs. Put C in the chat box.
I think most people, yeah.
We have to address this. We got to make this clear. All right. So Bess is showing you all the amazing stories. Okay. So I'm reading these names out. Okay. Leanne says C. Jan says C. Ryan says C. Anybody else? Cindy, okay. Paula says C, okay. Let's see what else. It could not be further from the truth, Corey. It could not be further from the truth. You have to understand not all carbohydrates are created equal, and it also depends on whether you're consuming those carbohydrates in a low-fat or a high-fat environment. And we're going to help you solve that. You're going to get to eat lots of fruit. Okay, you're going to eat you're going to potatoes, beans, lentils, quinoa, like incredible recipes. Hey, Bess, if you get a chance, can you pull up the recipes page on our website? I want you to and show the beautiful, vibrant foods that people are going to eat when they choose to adopt the Mastering Diabetes method, get on the phone with an enrollment specialist and talk to them. Okay, now, let's see here. Courtney says C. Alicia says, husband was once told to avoid fruits that grow close to the equator. That's ridiculous. Unbelievable. Yeah, so here we go. Look at these recipes, right? This is what we're talking about. These are the foods that reverse insulin resistance. When you follow our program, you get to eat more food and lose weight. Literally, the size of your plate, the volume of the food that goes into your body is going to increase while the pounds just fall off. And when you go to that start page that Bess was showing you earlier, you're going to see all people telling you stories. You're going to see their results on this topic. But There's nuances here. There's details, and that's what our coaching program is all about. So, Corey, I got one more question. Can I ask everybody another question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I have another question. Okay, so how many people here have tried the Mastering Diabetes method and you didn't get the results you were looking for? Write T in the chat box. I'm sorry, I'm so confused by all the different advice.
Jan, we're gonna come back. We'll have questions at the end.
Okay,
Jan,
we'll
stay with us. We're gonna address your question.
Okay. I've been told to eat with yogurt. Oh my Lord, no.
We'll address it. We'll address it.
All right, we'll come back. All right, so write T in the chat box if you feel like, I've tried this. I tried to do the Mastering Diabetes method. Maybe you picked up the book, right? And you just didn't get the results that you expected. You're like, I saw the testimonials. I've attended some of these lives. I saw the stories on Instagram. I watched some of the YouTube videos. I did my best to follow this method, and I didn't get the results I was looking for. I want to know if that's happened to you.
Robbie, are you remembering all these letters? Because we're going to need to reply to every single one of these people to let them know. But we got to remember what it stands for.
I'll remember. And we have Lou on our team who can help as well.
Beautiful.
So I did get the results, but fell off the wagon. Okay, Kate, you know what? Thank you for being here, for sharing that truth. And that's okay. That's okay. You know what? That happens to everybody. It happens to the best of us. T worked to a point. I'm problematic. Okay. What else? We got Deborah T. Carolyn says morning blood sugar so elevated. Okay. So the reason I bring this up is because inside our coaching program, we hear that all the time. Okay. People say, oh, I tried. It just doesn't work for me. Right. It just doesn't work for me. And then you work with a coach, you work with an expert, you work with a registered dietitian, a certified diabetes care and education specialist, and we get in the details. And then it does work. Okay. Just following the book now, 2 weeks in and fasting glucose has dropped 50 points. That's fantastic. Excellent. I'm getting some results, not A1C yet. Okay, good. Be patient. A1C is a 3-month average. I got tired of making 2 meals. My husband is a big carnivore and I'm weak. Okay. That's where community comes in. That's why being part of a community is so powerful. Okay. I want you to write A in the chat box if you feel alone. So we just had a comment about her partner is doing a carnivore diet, doing the exact opposite of mastering diabetes, not feeling supported. Write A if you feel alone. Write A in the chat box. You don't have people around you that understand what you're going through. They don't understand how these medications make you feel. They don't understand what it's like to have a high blood glucose. They don't understand the fact that you're in this program or you're learning about this program of eating more carbohydrate-rich meals. You go to a restaurant, everybody's just like laughing at you, right? They're just like, what are you doing? Like, why are you eating all these carbs, right? Okay, so Alyssa, Devaya, Jan, Carolyn, Maria, Alistine. Okay, again, we created the Mastering Diabetes Coaching Program to address a lot these concerns, especially this one. Okay, imagine being in a community of people who absolutely know what you're going through, on the same page as you. They're supporting you every day in text message on your phone, right? You're having your video calls, you're communicating with your coach. Like, you finally have a community who is aligned with your values, with your choices, with your goals, right? That's what it's all about. So if you haven't booked your discovery call, I highly suggest you do that. If you did book a discovery call, write booked in the chat box. Empower the other members here to be like, yeah, you know what? Like, I'm ready to go. Like, let's uplift each other. Okay. Would love to hear you write booked in the chat box. But again, Corey, I want to keep this simple and straightforward, right? If everybody's going to remember one thing from this experience, whole carbohydrates are the solution, not the problem. Okay. I want people eating more mangoes, more oranges. Okay. That's what I'm talking about right here. Let's go. All right.
Awesome. That was huge. Thank you. I can't thank you enough, everybody, for participating. We talked about a lot of different things. We talked about insulin resistance. We talked about the food you should eat. We talked about my mom's story. If you want to go back and watch a couple other Facebook Lives, we talked about the Mastering Diabetes book. We talked about On the Green. Amla Green is a powder that they discovered, that they have created, Robbie and Cyrus. We're not going to talk too much more about this, but I am going to give you a discount code if you want. If it's your first time trying it, use the code GREEN10. We're going to put it on the screen for you. And go get the mocktail guide first, okay? Go get that mocktail guide. You can get the guide below. But I want to transition real quick, Robbie, because we're getting close to the end of our call here. I want to make sure that we answer some of the questions that have come through.
Yeah.
So let's fly to those questions, Bess. Is amla powder for pregnancy safe? Ooh, it is a whole food, right, Robbie? So I mean, it should be.
Yeah. So we have not heard any contraindications here. But if I would be conservative and check with your doctor. You should have a team during pregnancy. Check with your team, and there should be no problems. But check with your team to double check.
Yep. All right. Next question. There's so much advice out there about fruit and eating carbs.
Okay.
I think we've kind of covered this, but let's give it another summary.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing for you, Jan. Okay. What I want to do is I want you to have the level of confidence that Corey has when he eats his meals, that I have when I eat my meals, and that the members of our community have when they eat their meals. And this confidence comes from the personal experience of debunking the garbage you're hearing on the internet. So people are telling you don't eat too much fruit because it will spike your blood glucose level and it will spike your insulin levels.
Because of the sugar.
Yeah. And then you come into the Mastering Diabetes program, you learn the science, you understand that the journals are not saying that. And then most importantly, you implement it in your body and you see with your own eyes what happens on your blood glucose meter, on your CGM. And when you see your blood glucose actually improves as you have more fruit, what ends up happening is you don't have to believe those people anymore because you own the truth in your own body. It doesn't matter what they say. You just know that that's not true because you just saw it in your own body. And that's what I want for everybody watching today.
Brilliant. All right. Next question. I've been told to eat fruits with yogurt. Yeah, don't do that. That's ridiculous.
So here's the thing. Again, the reason that's happening, we address this deeply in the book. Okay, that's the low carbohydrate model, and what they're trying to do there is just saying, hey, look, you can reduce your spike after a meal if you add protein and fat. That is true in the short term, but what it does is it actually makes you more insulin resistant over the long term. Your blood glucose elevates later in the day. You have to limit your carbohydrate intake day after day because of the fat you ate the days and the weeks and the years prior. If you want to get out of that cycle, actually become more insulin sensitive, then you have to remove the fat and you have to be strategic about the carbohydrate foods that you're choosing to eat, what you're eating them with, how fast you're eating them, your movement. These are the little details that we will walk you through to make your transition as smooth as humanly possible.
Beautiful. Next question. Fruits raise sugar, right?
Okay.
We talked about that.
I just want to be clear here. Every whole carbohydrate, any carbohydrate, whole or unwhole, okay, is going to raise your blood glucose. When you eat food, your blood glucose is supposed to go up. You're supposed to have like a healthy elevation and then come right back down into a flat, line, basically. That's normal. So what you want with fruit is you want a healthy rise in your blood glucose, okay? That's what you want. This whole thing about people have this fear of insulin. It's not like, oh my gosh, I just have the lowest insulin possible. No. You want the appropriate level of insulin. And you can get your fasting insulin tested. And I highly encourage you to do that because as you start our program, especially if you're living with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes, you will come in with an elevated fasting insulin level. You will eat more carbohydrate energy and your fasting insulin will come down. We've seen that many, many times with our people who come to our program.
Beautiful. I use amla and understand that it doesn't lose its nutritional value in hot tea. That's true. What makes it different from most whole food vegetables that do lose nutritional value when cooked or heated? Ooh. Do you know this one, or is this a Cyrus question? We need to get this answer.
So basically, I'm wondering if Deborah, let me know in the chat box. Are you looking to consume a raw food diet? Is that something that's important to you? Because if you're in that world, then sure we can talk. But if you still eat, you're eating cooked potatoes, you're eating grains, you're eating beans, if that's what's happening, then this is really like a non-issue. I consume amla green hibiscus every day. I have found that it has lowered my dawn phenomenon, which has been an incredible experience. So I have no concerns with it.
Okay.
That's helpful.
I think so. Yeah. I think, yeah.
Does amla get old after a while?
I mean, I think everything would expire if you leave it. The shelf life is 2 years. So you want to keep it in the fridge as well after you open it. Where can you buy the book from?
There's a place. If you live in India and you want to buy this book, you can buy it on Book Depository. Book Depository, okay? They will ship it to you for free anywhere in the world. It's incredible.
Awesome.
I don't know how they stay in business, but they do it. So you can get it anywhere. All right.
Amazing. When I joined the program, would have very much appreciated working directly with Robbie. Oh, well, I think everybody would want to work directly with Robbie.
Yeah. We have an amazing coaching team. Absolutely amazing coaching team. And we help every single client reach their goals. And if there's ever a question that can't get answered by a coach, of course, Cyrus and I step in, but that doesn't happen. No,
hey, Bess, who was that actually that commented that real quick? I just want to make sure that we address them and not pass over that. Bess, could you go back to the person that commented they wish they could talk to Robbie? Okay. I don't definitely not. Your name's not Bourbon Sour. I know that for sure. Okay. But if you do, can you give the support email, Robbie? And then I'd like you to respond to this person and just kind of help them out if that's possible.
Our email is team@masteringdiabetes.org.
Okay. So if you reach out to that email, say, I'd like to hear from Robbie. Robbie will respond. He'll email you back. No problem at all.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Okay. I love Mastering Diabetes and I follow the program. I'm in a small group. Good. Small groups are great.
I love it. Love it.
Hey, Deborah. Okay. I started the coaching program and I love it so much. Awesome. Any more questions, Bess? I can't see my phone if you're texting.
Beth, great to have you with us. Awesome. I cannot wait for you to be a success story. We're going to talk about you on this show one day.
Okay, brilliant. All right. So that's all of our questions. If you do have more questions and we missed them, or if you commented after I said this, then please know that we will respond to every single question in the chat. In the comments section of this video. I want you to go grab yourself some amla green. I want you to get your free mocktail guide. I want you to use the code GREEN10. Get the Mastering Diabetes book. Sign up for a program if you need to, a discovery call, and then we'll go from there. But we're here every Friday, guys. Every Friday at 1 o'clock, we're here for you to provide some inspiration, some motivation, and hopefully get you just thinking positively about the ability for you to control your health journey. Absolutely. And we're so excited to be here. So, Robbie, why don't you take us out, my friend?
Guys, I appreciate you joining. I appreciate your interest. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Do me a favor, get that mocktail guide, make some mocktails this weekend, and start celebrating a life with less and less alcohol. And I think you guys are on your way to your best health ever. Let's go. We got this.